and welcome to WRPB and WRPB Studios. Okay, so if you haven't heard it a gazillion times from me in my 70,000 interviews, if you don't use a professional, it's going to cost you 5 times more in money and 10 times more in aggravation. And I'm not a fan of DIY projects. I would rather somebody who has the experience and the expertise do it, because what they charge, when you think about it, is usually peanuts to what it would cost you. I'll give you an example. I can change my own oil. It'll take me 4 hours and cost me for the oil $30. I can go for $49, have someone change my oil in 20 minutes, be done with it. In the 3 hours that I saved, I make more than that $40. So always use a professional. Sitting next to me is Christine Green. I get that right?
Yes, thank
From
you.
All About You, Landscape and Maintenance.
Yes.
Okay, so what I've learned, which is very little, your main focus is not out there mowing lawns.
No.
Okay, it's designing landscaping?
Landscaping, upkeep, landscaping, maintenance, your trees, your hedges. The maintenance part entails home maintenance. I know a lot of people get that confused. They think it's in maintenance of the yard, but it's actually home maintenance too,
So when you say home maintenance, are you come and feed my dogs?
If you really need me to.
Okay, home maintenance. Stuff like painting, that kind of maintenance?
Inside painting, changing your toilet, your fixtures, fixing your ceiling fan.
All the DIY projects that I hate.
Yes, everything everybody hates to do, we love to do.
Okay, so what I found interesting is that you just didn't come here with you. You came here with your army. You have an entourage.
Yes.
Okay, and that is so cool, because everybody knows that I built this company and hoping my daughter would take it over. She's not going to. But your kids love to come with you and work most of the time.
We do everything together.
Really?
We're a very involved family. When we first started the business, me and Sean, my fiance, who's also, he's co-owner with me, we started the business because my mom was really sick. And it just worked better than us working 9 to 5, not being there when the kids were little, helping take care of her. So we started this business, from the ground, and we worked our way up through the years, but it's always been us together since they were little. They've followed us around. They want to be part of every project. It's just amazing to see them grow.
How long you're in the industry?
10 years now.
Okay, so just so you know, you were smart enough to give up a job, which acronym for just above broke, okay? And the other side of the coin is you're an entrepreneur, which means you're a little bit on the crazy side, because you have to be a little crazy to be an entrepreneur, okay? And if you have a brick and mortar like I have here, you're even a little crazier than that, because they don't understand if you charge $500 something, they think you made $500. They don't understand that FP&L wants money, and insurance wants money, and everybody wants money. So I surely get it. But it's interesting, because we were talking before we got on the air. How'd you come up with the name?
So, well, before we left the house to go to town hall to go get everything officiated after we had completed the tasks, I had thought in my head, All About You, Landscaping and Maintenance. But I quickly dismissed it. I was like, no, Sean won't really like that one, I don't think. So as we're walking in the door, we're talking about it, he goes, well, what do you think about All About You, Landscaping and Maintenance? I was like, really? I was like, that's it. That's the name.
It was a God wink.
Yes, it was.
We call it a God wink.
Yes.
Okay, so now you decide to do this company. Obviously, from what I see here, you get family support. Because without family support, you really can never be successful, in my opinion.
No.
So exactly what do you do? So I call you up. I buy a house. I call you up. What's the next step? You come out and discuss. You teach me what should be planted where, and
Yeah, typically a client will reach out to us, and most of the time they have an idea of what they want. But I let them know we'll be able to stop by. We set up a time, and we can talk about what it is you'd like to see done. And they give us their ideas, and we give them our ideas, and toss it around. And generally, they're very happy with the result.
well, you can't. What I've learned, which is very little, is that you can't. I can't go and say, hey, this is what I want, because I could say, hey, I want this here, but there might not be enough light there, or there might be too much moisture there, or there might be.
Yes.
So you're going to have to give some guidance and some.
Oh, definitely.
You know,
Definitely.
the other thing I learned is that it's important to try to keep, I guess, stuff away from the house, where bugs can use as a bridge to get to the house.
Yes, rodents
Right.
and raccoons even get up in your roof if trees are too close.
I mean, I only know, I'm only listening to you in green because it happened to me. So again, this is the reason I say always use a professional. All right, so you come over, you have a consultation, and you say, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put, I guess you do pavers and stuff like that?
Well, we actually seal pavers. We can
Okay.
do the sand, the pressure washing, the sanding, the sealing. We've only installed our own pavers this far yet, but
Okay.
it might be in the foreseeable future.
Well, you've already got the department store of your wheelhouse, okay, because everything that you do is part of your wheelhouse. Surely, I hate painting. I hate plumbing. I don't mind electric work. That's my thing. But you know what? I'm at an age, and you know, we were talking. I had the heart attack, and I had 2 strokes. That it's just too much. It doesn't pay. That's why we're blessed to have people who do it and enjoy it. You know, you don't do landscape work because just that you need the money. You do landscape work because it's what you enjoy.
We're very passionate about what we do. I'm a big believer that our lives are very short, so we need to spend it doing what we're passionate about.
Of course.
And it doesn't just boil down to the type of work we do. My favorite part of my job is the people I get to meet, the people I get to help, help what they want come true, whether it just be fixing their toilet because they're stressed out about it. We come in. That has to be the best part of my job, getting to help people.
You know, I was thinking a part of your job that's probably cool is you come to my basically vacant landscape space in my new house, and in a week or 2 weeks or whatever, you come back and you look at it and you say, oh my God, this is beautiful. And the people that you did it for, you take pride in what you did, and they are amazed at what you do. And you can't, those are things that you can't buy. Money can't buy that.
No.
You know, I have it here. I have people that I trained, and I've been interviewing for 30 years, and I watch them, and every time they're successful at doing an interview, they're like my little kids. The landscape that you do is like your kid, okay? And you
It
look at
is.
it like that. Now, in the home, there are things that you can do and things you can't do. I guess there's electric that you can't do.
Generally, unless it's just changing out your outlets or changing your light fixtures, we'll usually leave that to the electricians. Anything that's a new structure, we don't do. It has to be existing. That's where the maintenance comes in. But yeah, usually electric, that's when we don't like to get too deep in.
Ceiling fans?
Yes, ceiling fans, light fixtures, like I said, electrical outlets, stuff like that with electrical.
Right.
Or hanging Christmas lights if somebody needs it.
Ah, getting up on a ladder?
Yep. No
Better
fear of
you-
ladders here.
Better you than us. And for some reason, this painting just doesn't do it for me. Maybe because I'm not good at it. And plumbing just has never been a thing. Now, at this stage of my life, I don't have to do those things, thank God. But what's interesting is I have a mobile home that I rent out. And the tenants moved out, and I had my mom, I was taking care of her, I had a big house, I sold that. So we moved back to the mobile home to fix it up and get things done. Well, I had the bathroom, the second bathroom, the floor, you can step on the floor and feel it was sinking in. I had a guy come, say he put in a new floor, and he put these tiles over it. Well, that floor is sinking again. Terrible job. Then I had a roof leak, and he cut away the sheetrock from the roof and put another piece of sheetrock in, and you can see it's like a box where so now it's like I'm dealing with that. If again, sweet guy, real nice, but not a professional, and that became an issue, and it's still an issue. I haven't gotten to those things yet. I had to do the skirting around the thing, and I had the shutters painted. But it's important for people to know that when they hire somebody, one, that they meet them face to face.
Yes,
Okay.
always.
because you need to have that connection, because it's more than just them being able to do the work. It's what happens if there is an issue,
Exactly.
okay? And you can't come back to somebody who you either message on Facebook or whatever. So, I mean, that becomes a problem. Have you seen changes in your industry since you started?
Yes, there's quite a lot more landscaping crews out there, but so our area is growing, so that makes sense. Um, I hear from my clients a lot, they're unhappy, people not doing quality work, and most of the time, like you were just saying, it would be somebody who, they're not a licensed professional. So I agree with you when you say that it's definitely best to have somebody who's licensed.
Oh, without a doubt. Because now I paid him, I wasn't living there, so it was rented out. I paid the guy, and initially I walked in and it looked fine, but 2 weeks later it's like sinking in, and my wife won't even go into that room 'cause she's afraid of ending up
Falling
close to it.
through.
Yeah, and I want to get it done and fixed before we move out and rent it out again. I don't want anybody else to have that issue. And you see what people do, and they do it half-heartedly. They put a new faucet in, higher faucet, nice faucet, but it doesn't sit right on that sink because of the back of the faucet might be this wide, the base, but the sink is only this wide, so you can see the space back there. I mean, there's just little things that people try to get away with.
Yeah, you can't cut corners.
Right.
That's
Okay.
a big one. You can't cut corners.
All right. What's the future for your company? What do you expect the future to be besides growing?
So right now we run everything pretty much ourselves. We like it that way because we know that the job that's getting done is getting done correctly. We're not depending on somebody. But we're hoping in the future that, well, my dream when we first started this was I wanted, when people heard our name, that when they thought about us, that they knew we were a business that cared, that we went above and beyond, that it was a name people recognized. And so that's what we shoot for, and I'm hoping in the future that I see that dream come to reality.
Are
I'd
you
like to be
expecting to grow?
Yes, definitely. I want to see our business grow.
But that means you need more people.
Yes, more people.
Oh, I wish you the best hiring people. But you're
Yes, I
family,
know.
so that's a cool thing.
The good thing is we have a very large family, and I have more than enough family members that would love to come and work with us. And do
Yeah,
what we do.
that's like having a family and support is probably the most important thing in being successful. For me, I didn't have that. There was no industry like this when I started. So I sold my car. I drove an electric skateboard scooter. Everybody said, get a real job, don't be stupid, it's a pipe dream. And the more I was told that, the more I had to stick it out. I had the electric turned off in my house. I mean, I was on a mission, okay? And now everybody has a cell phone. They think they're a photographer, videographer, and talk show host. And it's okay. But this is my canvas. I won't interview anybody unless they come in, because they got to see that we're a professional. We're here to do business. You walk in the door here, we're here to do business. I'm not pulling a camera out of my trunk, okay? That's why it's so important when people want to hire you that they meet you and talk to you.
Yes.
Okay, you don't want to just call or go online and get somebody, because that just doesn't work well. It never works well. And we live in an imperfect world. And if there's a problem, I want to be able to call you.
Exactly.
And I want you to be able to take care of, And for me, I kind of thought it's kind of cool that your kids are with you. I think that's so important. Family is like everything,
It is.
okay? All right, how do people find you? You have a phone number?
Yes, we do. It's 772-332-4598.
And a website?
No website.
Okay,
We-
Facebook.
Yes, we work with Facebook. You just look up All About You Landscaping and Maintenance, and you'll pull us right up.
As we did. Everybody, again, I know I spew this constantly. Use a professional. Check them out. Give them a call. If you have any questions, they'll be more than happy to answer the questions. This is a family business that's community oriented, okay? And that's super, super important. Christine, I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Wayne, for having me.
Everybody have a great day, and we'll be right back.